Hi, I'm Larry Wilson, and when I originally developed the SafeStart course, we were trying to make something that would help companies significantly reduce their workplace injuries. And we succeeded at that. You know, companies typically averaging, 40, 50, 60, 80, sometimes 90% decreases in recordable injuries within 1 year or 2 years. And we then took it all around the world. It's over 60 countries, 32 languages, 3 million people around the world have learned critical error reduction techniques. But probably one of the most defining moments for me was I was at a session once. There was a gentleman there from Health Canada delivering the presentation. And at that presentation, I learned that approximately 8,000 children and teenagers die accidentally in Canada and the United States every year. And you contrast that with approximately 4,000 industrial workers that lose their lives accidentally every year. And I realized that we need to get this technology to the people out there, not just the workers. I mean, they need it for sure, but we also got to get it to the children and the teenagers. And the concepts and the techniques are simple enough that they can learn them as well. So we started producing resources and videos that the parents could take home to teach SafeStart concepts to their family. And I was doing a session in the Midwest. A lady at the Train the Trainer was in the session, and she talked about a story. It happened to her 3-year-old boy. They were out at their uncle's farm. It had just rained. He'd had new automatic diverter gates put in for the irrigation channels, and she lost track of her boy. There was a huge party, but when she eventually realized that, hey, he's gone, they started looking for him. Unfortunately, they found him, and he was trapped underneath one of those diverter gates. He'd been underwater for quite some time. They did manage to to save the boy's life. I mean, he was unconscious, but they air vac'd him, first air vac, I think, in the state. They did manage to save the boy's life, but unfortunately, he was left with some permanent brain damage because he was without oxygen for so long. And she looked at me, and she said, if I had had SafeStart training, then maybe my boy would have been all right by now. And it's hard for me to tell the story, but she looked at me and she said, hey, you are not done with this. I don't care how successful you are. You are not done with this until you get this to every kid, every school, every country around the world. And I realized she was right. And the good news is now that we have got it into elementary schools, we've got it into secondary schools, and we've got it into post-secondary trade schools. But we don't have it everywhere yet, and we could sure use your help. So if you wanted to step up in your community or in your school, please give us a call. We'll make sure you get the resources and the help you need so that we can help you get this technology to the people who really need it the most, and that's the children and the teenagers, as well as the industrial workers. Thanks very much.